Take a moment now to notice that you are safe, that your body is ready to rest, and that nothing more is needed from you tonight, because the day has already passed, and this quiet hour is just for settling in, with the soft weight of blankets, the slower rhythm of your breathing, and the comfort of knowing that you have made it here, to this gentle pause. You can let your shoulders ease, your jaw loosen, and your hands fall heavy into the fabric near you, as the air in the room feels a little cooler and calmer, carrying no demands, only stillness. With this safety wrapped around you, we can begin to imagine the place that will guide tonight's story. A bridge that does not rush or strain, a bridge that does not connect to busy points, but instead offers a path into a space made for dreams. You might picture its quiet boards underfoot, the hush of water below, the steady lines stretching out into a soft horizon, and the sense that walking upon it brings no expectation except rest. Everything is steady tonight. As you take in that thought, you may allow the soundless scenery to unfold, with cool air brushing against skin, the scent of wood faintly touched by dew, and the glow of lamplight holding its place in the stillness, all guiding you toward ease. The bridge is here only as a calm companion, something firm enough to carry you, and quiet enough to disappear as the mind drifts away. A place that feels secure, yet softly endless, leading nowhere but comfort, leading nowhere but sleep. Now that you are settled, let us step more fully into the picture of this bridge, the one that does not hurry to connect places, but instead lingers as a gentle path suspended in quiet space, with wide planks that feel warm beneath the feet and rails that carry a soft sheen of moonlight, as though polished by years of silence. The air is still, not heavy, but light enough to drift through, bringing the faint smell of water, a clean scent that rests easy on the senses. Beneath the bridge, the surface of the river hardly moves, only small ripples shifting under the glow of the stars. And even those seem to pause, as though waiting for your steps to fade into the distance. When you imagine standing there, you might notice the way time seems to slow, the way the night feels larger, the way the gentle arch of the bridge becomes more than wood and stone, turning into a pathway that invites thoughts to soften and wander. Everything is steady tonight. This bridge, in its simplicity, is a space where nothing is demanded of you, where the only movement is the quiet breath of the wind across the water, and where the only direction is toward stillness. You may picture the glow of a lantern hanging from a post at the midpoint, casting a pool of golden light that reaches across the boards and fades gently at the edges. Not sharp, not strong, but enough to guide you forward at a calm pace. With each step, you might hear a faint creak in the boards, not troubling but familiar, a reminder that the bridge has carried many before and will carry many after. Yet now it carries only you in this moment, with no destination but comfort. It is not the kind of bridge that spans busy cities or loud rivers, but a quieter form, a structure that blends with the rhythm of night, waiting patiently for whoever chooses to walk its length. In this way, the bridge becomes a companion to stillness, matching your own breathing, steady, even unhurried. Imagine pausing at the center, leaning gently on the railing, and looking out into the vastness where the horizon blurs into soft shadow, where the water mirrors the stars like a sheet of dark glass, and where the night feels endless in the most welcoming way. Everything is steady tonight. This image holds itself for you, ready to return whenever you need it. A reminder that there are places, even if only in the mind, that ask nothing more than your presence, offering peace as naturally as night offers quiet. And so the bridge that leads nowhere but dreams continues to stretch forward, not measuring distance, but simply extending the moment of calm, as though each step is less about moving and more about resting within the path itself, surrounded by cool air, faint light, and silence that feels alive with comfort. The bridge that leads nowhere but dreams begins again in your thoughts as a simple shape, a quiet stretch of wood and stone across a river that does not rush, And in this calm return, we let its presence grow slowly, cycle by cycle, allowing every part of it to steady the mind. At first, you might notice only the boards beneath your feet, smooth and worn, carrying the faint scent of timber that has rested in dew and sunlight through countless mornings, now cool in the hush of night. This surface is firm, yet gentle, supporting every step without question, as though it was built solely for you to linger upon tonight. Around you, the air drifts lightly, cool against your skin, carrying no urgency, only a faint touch that reminds you of evening breezes across wide fields. In this moment, you may pause and breathe, feeling that the bridge exists only to keep you steady, to keep you easy within the rhythm of stillness. Everything is steady tonight. Then the railings come to mind, smooth and steady, holding the coolness of stone where your hands may rest, guiding your path without pulling or pressing, simply present, simply there. You could imagine leaning into them, looking out over the river's dark mirror, where tiny ripples shimmer with star reflections, a gentle play of light across endless water. That water does not rush, it simply rests, carrying the sky upon its surface, quiet as a whispered lullaby, and the bridge above joins in that silence. Again, you may take a step forward, feeling the weight of your body supported, the sound of your step blending with the faint creak of wood. Not sharp, but rounded, fading quickly into the night air. Each step is a settling, each breath a pause that lengthens, and each moment a chance to notice how easy it feels to stay here. Imagine the lanterns that line the bridge, spaced just far enough to leave pools of soft glow across the boards. Golden circles that do not overlap, but gently guide, like a series of calm heartbeats. Walking from one to the next is like following a rhythm of comfort, a rhythm that asks nothing, a rhythm that simply continues. Everything is steady tonight. You may let yourself repeat this image, returning to the beginning, stepping once more onto the start of the bridge, hearing the same creak, feeling the same cool air, seeing the same light fall in soft shapes around you. Each time you return, the image grows quieter, like a song played more softly, until the details no longer press for attention, but drift around you, background to your own breathing. Think again of the water below, stretching wide and calm, its movement so gentle that it feels like stillness, broken only by the faintest circle of ripples where a leaf has touched the surface, drifting until it disappears into the dark. Imagine again the rail beneath your hand, cool and sure, a quiet anchor. And then imagine releasing it, letting your hands fall to your sides, heavy and easy. The bridge remains, supporting without demand, guiding without hurry. Everything is steady tonight. In these cycles, you may wander as often as you like, each time returning to the same gentle path, each time finding it easier to let go of thought, each time noticing the layers of quiet, the way the lamplight glows, the way the boards hold, the way the water rests, the way the night stretches without end. You can repeat this as many times as needed, each cycle a little slower, each breath a little deeper, each pause a little longer. The bridge never changes, it always waits, a shape of calm in the midst of night, a path that does not push toward any destination, but simply allows you to remain, safe and quiet, carried by its strength, soothed by its silence, eased by its endlessness. And so the mind continues to loop, returning and returning to the steps, to the light, to the water, to the rails, and always to the refrain, always to the steady night. Everything is steady tonight. The bridge that leads nowhere but dreams welcomes you again, not as something new, but as something familiar, a shape that has always been here in the quiet edges of thought, ready to be walked slowly, ready to be leaned upon, ready to steady the mind through long stretches of night. Each time you return to it, the bridge feels both unchanged and softened, as though the details that once stood clear have been worn into smoother edges, rounded by repetition, gentled by rest. You may notice how the boards, warmed by sunlight long ago and cooled now by the night, hold a sense of balance, neither heavy nor light, but perfectly steady under every step. The railing remains at your side, smooth and sure, offering quiet support, never insisting, never pulling, simply waiting for the weight of your hand, and then releasing it with ease when you choose to let go. Below, the river lies still, its wide surface carrying the reflections of the stars, shimmering lightly in places where ripples widen and fade, holding the sky as though it were a sheet of dark glass. Everything is steady tonight. The lanterns along the path glow softly, their golden pools of light resting on the boards, casting gentle shadows that stretch and blur into the night air, forming a rhythm that matches the slow pace of your steps. One circle of light, then another, each one waiting as if patient for your arrival, each one fading as you pass, and yet always enough light remains to keep you company. In this way, the bridge itself seems to breathe, each lantern a heartbeat, its glow a reminder that you are not moving toward any demand, but only moving deeper into calm. Again and again you may walk this path, and again the cycles repeat, because there is comfort in the familiar, comfort in the simple act of returning to the same still scene, comfort in the unchanging details that become softer with each pass. Everything is steady tonight. To deepen this quiet picture, imagine how the bridge holds not only its shape, but also its place among other calm things, like the quiet of fields resting under moonlight, like the hush of leaves unmoving in the night, like the slow drift of clouds across wide skies, like the cool of stone resting at the edge of water, like the steady hum of night insects hidden in the dark. These 5 companions circle the bridge in thought, joining it in stillness, shaping a whole world of quiet in which you may rest. Together, they form a landscape that does not hurry, does not press, does not expect, but simply holds itself in gentle balance. A world made to steady your breathing and slow your thoughts. Everything is steady tonight. Within these loops of thought, you may settle further, noticing how every return feels easier than the one before, how every detail seems less a picture to hold and more a softness to drift into, how the bridge itself becomes not only a path, but also a pause, not only a place, but also a rhythm. You may let it repeat endlessly, each cycle bringing you closer to the edge of rest, each step lighter, each breath deeper, each pause longer. And as you linger within the endless span of the bridge, it becomes clear that its true shape is not meant to carry you somewhere new, but to keep you here in the stillness, until sleep itself arrives as gently as the night breeze brushing across the boards, until the whole scene drifts into silence, until your mind rests. Everything is steady tonight. The bridge that leads nowhere but dreams gathers all its quiet details together now, shaping a long, gentle return to where we first began, reminding you that this path was always meant to hold you softly, with no demand and no hurry, only the steady rhythm of night. The boards beneath your feet are smooth, their coolness resting easily under your steps, their faint creak dissolving into the silence before it can linger. The railing remains nearby, familiar to the hand, steady and cool, not pressing, not urgent, but simply there when needed and gone when released. Around you, the river spreads wide, dark yet calm, surface reflecting a scattered field of stars, each ripple a soft reminder of movement that is never rushed. Everything is steady tonight. The lanterns continue their patient glow, golden pools spread evenly across the bridge, one after another, leading you gently, not toward any destination, but simply along the rhythm of your own breathing. Each circle of light feels like a small pause, a moment to stand still, a moment to notice how even the night itself holds you, how even the air feels kind, how even the silence offers companionship. These cycles repeat, and within their repetition lies ease, for each return to the bridge feels lighter. Each step less bound by thought, each pause longer, each breath deeper. Everything is steady tonight. As you linger, the image broadens, drawing in all that surrounds the bridge and letting it circle close until the quiet of fields under moonlight, the hush of unmoving leaves, the slow drift of distant clouds, the coolness of stone near the water, and the steady hum of hidden insects join as one with the path itself, all forming a single, gentle world. These companions rest together, weaving a steady fabric of calm that holds the bridge in place, and holds you in place as well, safe within the scene. Within this fabric, you may drift, noticing less and less of each detail, letting them fade into one another until all that remains is the sense of quiet balance, the sense of steady rest. Everything is steady tonight. The bridge now becomes less of a picture and more of a rhythm, less of a place and more of a pause, a soft and endless support that carries no weight except ease. In its endlessness, the bridge does not need to end, for its purpose is not to bring you across, but to keep you here, until thought itself falls silent, until even the rhythm fades, until the night carries you fully into rest. With each cycle, this becomes clearer, with each pause more natural, with each breath more steady, till the bridge is no longer walked, but simply remembered, no longer seen, but simply felt. Everything is steady tonight. And so, as the story closes, you may let the bridge fade slowly, like a lantern dimming, like ripples disappearing into still water, like clouds drifting beyond the horizon, until what remains is only comfort, only rest, only sleep. Everything is steady tonight. Good night.